Alright guys, in this video we're going to cover the nutrition portion of the Shortcut to Strength training program. Now nutrition is one of the most critical elements to any training program, but it's also the thing that is easiest to screw up. Most people will tell you, oh, I followed the training program to a T, but I really wasn't so clear on the nutrition, so I didn't follow that, but I still got decent results. Well, don't get decent results, get amazing results, and that's simply by following my nutrition plan. But I'm gonna break that down for you. I've got my 9 top nutrition rules to help you gain more strength and muscle mass. Then I'm gonna give you your macro blueprint, teach you how to get in enough protein, carbs, fat, and calories in your day. And last, I'm going to teach you how to optimize your nutrition around the most critical time window of the day. That's before and after you train, and show you how to manipulate that based on what time of day you actually train. Let's take a look at my 9 nutrition rules for building more muscle and strength. Rule number 1 is to eat plenty of protein. Protein builds muscle and strength, guys. My recommendation of 1.5 grams per pound of body weight is ideal for maximizing gains in strength and muscle mass. My second rule is to eat frequently. Around every 2 to 3 hours, you need to be consuming a high protein meal to maximize your gains in strength and muscle mass. Rule number 3 is to eat ample fat. Fat is critical for your gains in muscle mass and strength. I recommend getting 0.5 grams per pound of body weight. My fourth rule is to manipulate carbs. I recommend starting somewhere around 1.5 to 2 grams per pound of body weight, and then manipulating that based on whether you need to gain more mass, adding more carbs, or lose more body fat by dropping carbs. I'll cover that in more detail later on in this video. Rule number 5 is to consider your calorie intake. Now, if you follow my macronutrient breakdown, your calories will fall in place. But calorie-wise, you want to be consuming enough if you really want to maximize your strength gains. This is where adding more carbs is going to come in handy. More carbs means more calories. This will be discussed in more detail later on in this video. Rule number 6 is to use a protein powder blend. You want to maximize your gains in strength and muscle mass, and the only way to do that is to make sure you're consuming a protein powder that not only provides whey, but also casein and ideally egg protein. My rule number 7 is to make sure you consume fast digesting carbs after every workout. It's the only way to properly recover and drive more of that carnitine and creatine into your muscle cells. That's going to help with strength gains and maximize your gains in muscle mass. Rule number 8 is to always consume before and after every workout branched-chain amino acids, beta-alanine, betaine, and creatine. These 4 nutrients are the most critical to consume around your workouts, as they're going to lead to the best recovery, and that's going to enhance your results. Now, I realize that that's a long laundry list of supplements to buy and consume, but don't worry, you can get them all in one product, and that's Pre-Gym. And the nice thing about Pre-Gym is you know precisely what you're getting. Every one of those ingredients is in there with the proper dose, and it's all listed on the label because it's a non-proprietary pre-workout. And last but not least is my rule number 9, and that's to find what works best for you. Look, I'm giving you all the information that you need to really maximize your results on this program, but you might have a different schedule. You might be allergic to milk proteins. You might need to make adjustments to this program. Don't overthink it. Use my advice as your foundation, but then manipulate it to make it work best for your schedule and your body. All right, now I realize that's a lot of information on nutrition, but don't worry, I have the full details on my 9 nutrition rules, including the science that supports it in the article below. Now let's pull up my Shortcut to Strength macro blueprint. Now, as far as strength gains go, all 3 macronutrients are critical, but They're ranked in the following order. Protein is first, followed by fat, and then carbohydrates. Protein is by far the most critical macronutrient. You need to be consuming 1.5 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That's going to maximize your gains in muscle strength and muscle mass. Next, you want to focus on your fat intake. Fat is absolutely critical to your gains. You need to be getting 0.5 grams of fat per pound of body weight. Now let's discuss carbohydrates. Now you should start this diet somewhere around 1.5 to 2 grams of carbs per pound of body weight. It's a good starting point to base how many carbohydrates you need based on the results that you're getting from the program. If you need to build more mass and strength, simply add more carbs to that starting point. If you tend to be a little carb sensitive and want to avoid fat gain, then you can do the opposite and actually lower your carbs as you go through the program as well. The choice is yours based on the results that you're getting and the results that you want to see. All right, now that you have an understanding of the macronutrient breakdown, let me pull up the pre and post-workout nutrient timing protocol. Now, as far as nutrient timing goes, there's no more critical time of day than what you consume before and after you train. It makes all the difference on the workout that you get and the results you get from that workout. Now, my pre-workout nutrition protocol is broken down into 2 phases. You're going to be consuming nutrients around 30 to 45 minutes before you train, and then you're going to be consuming different nutrients around 10 to 15 minutes before you train. Now, in that 30 to 45 minute window before you work out, you want to be getting nutrients that are going to maximize your energy levels, your drive, your focus, and your strength during the workout. These come in the form of branched-chain amino acids, creatine, beta-alanine, betaine, tyrosine, caffeine, alpha-GPC, huperzine, N-acetylcysteine, taurine, and bioperine, which is going to enhance the uptake of all those nutrients for max results. Now, the second phase, which is closer to the workout, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, you're going to be focusing on getting your protein shake and a slow digesting carb, preferably a fruit like apple. And I also have you taking your vitamin D3 at this time. Now, there's a reason for this. Vitamin D is absolutely critical for muscle mass and strength gains. Timing really isn't critical with workout. It's just that this is when you're going to be consuming your protein blend, which also has calcium in it. Calcium uptake and utilization is enhanced by vitamin D3. So take your D3 with your protein shake. Now, one question I get about the protein before workouts is why not whole foods like a chicken breast or eggs or a steak versus a protein blend protein shake? It comes down really to timing and protein source. The protein source that I recommend getting before every workout is whey, casein, and egg. Those are the 3 most anabolic proteins that you can consume, so stick with a protein blend like my Pro Gym. Now, when the workout's over, you want to consume a protein shake, fast digesting carbs, and your post-workout nutrients ASAP. I'm a firm believer in getting in your nutrients after you work out as soon as possible to maximize recovery and maximize your results in strength and muscle mass gains. You want to be shooting for somewhere around 40 to 50 grams of protein total after the workout's over. The source is going to be the blend again that I talked about. Why is a blend so important after your workout? It comes down to recovery and results. When you consume a protein blend that has whey, casein, which is slow digesting, your whey is super fast, your casein is super slow. What happens is the whey boosts your protein synthesis immediately after the workout, but the casein maintains that protein synthesis for longer. Now, this is the time you also want to be consuming certain nutrients. This is going to come in the form of creatine, branched-chain amino acids, betaine, beta-alanine, glutamine, carnitine, taurine, and bioperine to enhance the uptake of all those nutrients. Now, you don't have to buy all these 9 ingredients separately because I provide them all in post-gym. Each ingredient is listed clearly on the label in the proper dose right there. It's a non-proprietary post-workout blend. And last but not least, you want to consume around 30 grams of fast-digesting carbs like dextrose. It's one of the fastest sugars you can consume. Why is speed so important as far as carbohydrates when the workout is over? It all has to do with recovery and insulin. When you consume fast-digesting carbs like dextrose, it spikes insulin levels. Now, insulin is a hormone that goes to the muscle cells and helps to drive more creatine and more carnitine, as well as other amino acids, into the muscle cells. You get better recovery. Plus, you burned up a lot of glycogen during the workout. You need to replenish that muscle glycogen, and that muscle glycogen gets replenished in the form of glucose, and that's basically what dextrose is. It's glucose, blood sugar. That's what your body needs to recover. That's what's going to enhance your strength gains and your gains in muscle mass. Now, because nutrient timing around workouts is so critical to the results that you can expect to get from my Shortcut to Strength program, I've designed 4 nutrient protocols based on when you train. Whether you train in the morning, whether you train at lunchtime, whether you train after work or school but before dinner, or whether you train at night after dinner. And you can find those 4 sample nutrition programs in the article below this video. Now, I just want to make a note on the differences between when you train for those who train in the morning and also for those who train later at night. The biggest question I get from those who train in the morning is, do I have breakfast and then go to the gym? And the answer is no, you don't have breakfast. You actually wake up and start with your pre-workout nutrient timing protocol. Then you go to the gym, follow with your post-workout nutrient timing protocol. Then you follow with breakfast about an hour after that. The rest of the day looks pretty much the same as the other protocols. Now, for those who train at night, the number one question I get is, if I'm taking a protein shake before bed, what if I train right before I go to bed? Do I have to have a post-workout protein shake and then a pre-bed protein shake? And the answer is, it depends. Depends on how close to when you go to bed you train. If you go to bed within 2 hours of training, then you really don't need an extra protein shake before you go to bed. Your post-workout shake will be ample. However, if you go to bed 3 hours or more after you train, then you definitely want to add another protein shake. Now, on rest days, you obviously won't be following that very formal pre-workout and post-workout nutrient timing protocol. However, you want to keep your nutrient levels of at least creatine, betaine, beta-alanine high in the muscle cells. If you skip too many days without taking them, it'll take longer to see the results. And since you've only got 6 weeks for this program, you really want to maximize your results early on. So take either the pre-workout or the post-workout at least once on your non-training days. Now, I know nutrition is a complex subject and I've covered a lot here. But don't worry, all the details are in the article below this video, and that includes those sample diet plans that I included for those who train either in the morning, at lunchtime, late in the afternoon, or at night. Now, that's all the nutrition info that you need for my Shortcut to Strength program, but obviously you need to be familiar with the training program. So if you haven't watched my training protocol video, I suggest you head there now. And don't forget that once you test your 1-rep max, to update that on your Body Space account, and also consider putting those numbers out there on your social media. That way, when you retest, everyone will know what your numbers are, and it'll help you stick with the program and maximize your results. Now, don't worry, this isn't the end of the Shortcut to Strength videos. I'll be coming to you each week with a new video during all 6 weeks of the program. All right, guys, the rest is up to you. I look forward to seeing your results, so now it's time to get up and get it done.